little Juliet. So we're getting something on Daddy's head. One blow off and butt his head.
Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, one more kitten. Cracked on Daddy's head.
No.
What else, Solomon?
One little kitten something on Daddy's head. That one blow up and butt his head.
Mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, no more kittens on Daddy's head.
Is that funny, Winnie?
Little big boy, little monkey stopping on the bed.
Is that fun, Elowen?
Here we are under the bus. I wanted to show you guys. Ow. It's pokey. Alright. I wanted to show everybody what I came up with to mount the mini split and where I mounted it. So this is the very front axle. So there's the front tires. And it was this big open space up in there. So you can see the front axle hangs a little lower than the bracket, so I'm not worried about it. So what I did is I got these wall brackets, the wall mount brackets here. And I got two big 1/2-inch bolts at the top. I don't know if you can see that right there. There's two big 1/2-inch bolts going through these blocks of wood to take up that space. So I got two in each top of the bracket. But since I didn't have the other two bolts here at the bottom, what I came up with was to add this brace on this side. So again, bolted through the frame, front and back. It doesn't touch the front axle at all, so the axle can travel up and down with the suspension. And so we got to do that. So now what I'm going to do is I got to cut this off because this hangs too low. I'm just going to cut this off right here. And but it's solid, man. It doesn't really move at all. I think that's going to be good. And I have room on the back. I already wired it in because that was kind of blocked by part of the frame. And the next thing I have to do is run the refrigerant lines, which I do have access to in the back, just above the axle. I can actually access the refrigerant lines without having to move the thing. So it's pretty good, and it's easy to get in and out. Actually, you just unbolt everything, and I put it on this little handy transmission jack from Harbor Freight, and work that up and down with my electric ratchet. And you just unbolt it and lower it. It's pretty easy to get up and in and out of there. It took me a while to figure it out. Safety first. Hey, you can see where I spray foamed underneath the bus. Anyway, I forgot to say, I got this last night, drilling a hole through the frame. Something I knew not to do, but I did it anyway like an idiot because of space. I had to drill, I was drilling left-handed with the drill really close to my head. It was bearing down. And sometimes as you drill through, especially steel, the drill will catch as it starts to break through the opposite side of the steel, and then the drill will spin. And I've done it before, and I actually hit myself in the face with it before, years ago. And I knew better, but it was late, and I was tired, and I was trying to get it done. And the thing spun and hit me in the face. The handle of the drill hit me right here. And it's probably deep enough to get a few stitches. But I just did some butterflies, and it'll be one of my memories. I told Heidi last night, it's like Heidi does tattoos and I seem to do scars, so it's just one of our things. But yeah, so far I got the blood and the sweat. I haven't had tears yet with this project, but yeah, two of the three big ones I got it checked off. Yeah, gonna get back to it, run those refrigerant lines, hopefully get the power in tonight, and man, it would be nice to have some AC. Here we are today. Got some more progress on the bus. Cabinets are now in place because the mini split is finished. We got to sleep with air conditioning last night. It was glorious. Actually got cold, so I had to get up in the middle of the night and change the temperature a little bit. I got it off right now because the generator ran out of fuel probably around 5 a.m., 4 a.m., something like that. So it just cut off. And then basically the AC and all of the other stuff we had plugged in, a couple of fans and that, ran off the inverter, which is now also operational. And it ran off the inverter until around 11 or 12 o'clock. And that's, we didn't have anything on a generator at that point. Everything was plugged into the batteries, and I have this whole wall, this entire wall now, the electric is working. All of outlets are plugged in. You see we got the fridge plugged in here. I got to do something with this trim. I couldn't get that box any deeper in there because there's a metal plate behind it. So I'm gonna have to put like a piece of wood trim around it or something to pull it out. So they're all kind of like that. I couldn't get them deep enough in the hole. So yeah, see, even that one's like that. So here's my final setup. I don't have the charge controller wired in yet because I didn't have the correct size wire, so I had to order that. It's 4 24-volt 50 amp hour batteries. Then we go into 300 amp fuse, then my master control switch, then my positive bus bar, then this is for my inverter. It's 250 amp fuse into the inverter. Here is my ground, negative, and then ground, and then those are tied into the batteries and the bus bar. I have bus bars under the bed as well, so all my negative connections are here, 2 bus bars, and then my shunt. The shunt is for the battery monitor, and I brought the negative cable from the bus bar out the back of the bus into the trunk, and then grounded it, bolted it to the frame of the bus. So we got a good solid ground. We have 2 circuits working right now. I got to get another 15 amp breaker. I had the mini split on a 20 amp breaker, and that's too big for that mini split. It only needs a 15 amp, so I had to take one of my other ones that isn't working yet and move it over. So I gotta go get another 15 amp. This is that wall, that driver side wall circuit. So we have these 2 circuits running. This is for the driver side kitchen area, and actually both sides of the kitchen, but driver and passenger side. We have 3 20 amp outlets, 20 amp connections, because if we use toaster oven, or I use we use a Ninja blender, it's like 900 watts or something. So I want to trip a breaker when we're running those things. Our inverter is 3,000 watts continuous and 6,000 surge. So this is a really good inverter. It'll be able to handle probably anything we throw at it. And also I have another one of those 20 amp outlets. It's a GFCI outside the bus in that storage bay area, kind of where I'm going to mount the freshwater tanks. And that's because I want to mount that little chest fridge we have, because it also works as a freezer. I want to get some big drawer slides and mount it in that hole, and then I can plug it in under there and it'll always be on. So we'll have an additional chest freezer under the bus. I need to get some really big drawer slides that can handle a lot of weight. So it's coming along. Right now I got the cabinets in. Cabinets are in place. Now I'm going to build a little wall here and a wall here, and the fridge is going to go right here. That's the plug for the fridge. So that's why all the connections for the mini split, which I ran down underneath the cabinets, and then they come up and they come through the floor right there, and then they run under the bus. And then I showed you yesterday, the mini split is mounted underneath the floor right here. That thing is so quiet. I've never heard an AC with such a quiet outdoor unit. It's crazy. Like, if the generator's on, you can't hear it at all. And when the generator's off, you gotta like lean down next to the tire and stick your head down there to even hear the thing running. It's crazy how quiet it is. I couldn't believe it, because the RV ACs are so loud usually. That's kind of what I was expecting. I just thought it was going to be somewhat loud, like a house AC. Or I mean, it's just so quiet. It's crazy. So I was really impressed with that. And things are coming along. I keep saying that every day, and it is. I'm making a lot of progress because I'm working on this thing all day, every day. So I got a wire in. There's a hydraulic ram, an actuator to lift the bed. So I got some of those like hood shock bed lifting, and it didn't work at all. So we're gonna try the electronic route and electric motor type actuator and see if that works better. The thing's supposed to be able to lift 400 pounds, so it should be able to pick the bed up with no problem. So once I get all my electrical connections done, I need to get my charge controller wired in. I got to drop some the lines, the wires through the ceiling right there. Those are going to come down from the solar panels and plug in there, and then I got to wire in my negative, my ground, and my positive terminal. My positive is going to drop off from here, this side of the on switch. It's going to drop down, and then I have another fuse right here, and then it's going to tie into the charge controller. I was impressed. We ran off those batteries with the AC on probably for 6 hours, and I wanted twice as many batteries. I guess we don't have a lot of capacity if it's a cloudy day once we get the solar panels in, but so we ran for 6 hours running the AC. You know, I mean, I thought that was pretty impressive. So we got a pretty good battery capacity with the 4 batteries. Going well. It's things are falling into place. I'm gotta get that thing in. The fridge will be here tomorrow, so we'll have another big load on this thing. We'll see. I may end up ordering a couple more batteries, just to add to our string. We'll see how it goes. I got 6 panels. I got 6 solar panels at 300 watts each. So it's 1800 watts. I'm hoping we'll be able to basically run the AC continuously during the day, just off the solar panels. We may have to turn it off at night, but we'll see how it goes. And if we're ever at an RV park, we can always just plug in the shore power, and we can always just crank up the generator too. That works as well. So alright, well, I'm gonna get back to it. I'll start working on this wall. And I know I'm doing this format a little differently. It's just little tidbits of what I'm doing, showing progress. But I don't really have a lot of time to film the little things that I'm doing and all the editing and stuff that goes along with it. So just bear with me. Once we get on the road, I'll have more time to kind of get things a little better and make better videos. But for right now, this is what I'm gonna have to do, because we want to try to get out of here and just get on the road. So we got to get this fridge installed. We got to close this wall up, get that electrical up and running, get the cabinet for the sink, and I got to build like a sofa that's like an L shape, because the girls are gonna have their car seats mount right here. Gwendolyn's booster seat and Ellen's car seat will mount right here on these things for when we're driving. So I got to put in seat belts and anchors and everything to anchor them in, and we'll be hopefully on the road soon. And there's Owen. Thank you. Okay, so today's update. I got this cabinets in, got the paneling done, put the outlets in. It's for the kitchen outlets. I got this one installed. I built this little wall. The fridge is gonna go here. And got this wall built as well to keep the fridge from hitting me in the back of the head if I have to slam on the brakes, or if I take off too fast, fly into the back of the bus. So it's not completely finished. I gotta finish off this side, trim that up, and trim here, you know, that stuff. We're gonna have a backsplash, I guess, going around, but all that's installed. The fridge is on the way, so that's why I wanted to get that done yesterday. So today I'm gonna be trying to close up the bathroom a bit, close off this wall, get all these outlets up and running. Hopefully get the kitchen sink installed, get a sink cabinet, get a kitchen sink put in, and I don't know if I'll get to all of that today, but alright, so we've been doing over the last couple days. Actually, I did a couple of things. One's all excited. I redid the door, added this diamond plate in, and boxed it in and got rid of that rubber flappy thing, put a real threshold in, and put some real locks, some real house type door locks. It's a little rough around the edges, but you know, it looks good from a distance. So another thing we're doing is mounting these solar panels. So we got all of the racks put in, got 2 panels up, and now we got 6 more to mount. That's what we're going to be doing next. We're going to be putting these panels up. Panels are up. See, I got these tilt brackets. You can see how I did it. Put a slit in these brackets and bent them because we don't have a flat roof. And I'll put these tilt mounts. I'll tighten those bolts over there. I haven't tightened everything up yet, but we got eight 300-watt solar panels. That'll work. Now I just gotta wire